Alright, gotta make sure this thing was on. Approachment. Let's get right into it. Approachment, according to this little boy, is to approach something in means to move close to it. Some synonyms are to access, a path, a way, to advance, coming, landing, entrance, reaching, passage, gate, road. Antonyms: exit, distancing, leaving, departure. An example: the boy approached his school, but in context of this video, an example would be the boy approached someone that he found attractive. So I just want to let you guys know that, when you approach somebody, it's like a 30-second trailer, 20-second trailer, 10-second trailer, 5-second, depending on how much time you have. You may be passing somebody on campus, or you might make eye contact with somebody for a quick second in the hallway, or you might be on the bus stop and you guys have been waiting there for 10 minutes. But just know it is a trailer. You only get one first impression, so you make sure it counts. Now, I will admit that this is my maybe second time recording this video. There were some things that I wanted to change a bit, just to make sure that I'm getting across in a more respectful manner. Not to say that I was disrespectful, but just to be transparent, I'm healing from a heartbreak right now. So it makes me look at things differently in a good way, in terms of, let's say, if I want to approach somebody, which I by no means am ready for right now, but it just, experiences. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but everyone has their own thing. So for me, what I've learned from, approaching anyone is, one, to always be yourself. If you fake who you are trying to impress somebody when you're trying to get with them, when you get with them, you'll have to become that persona whenever that person is around. Secondly, just relax. My best friend, Noah Alvarez, shout out to you. You're probably not watching, but if you are, he said something along the lines of, we're all on Earth. This is all of our first time on Earth. First times? No matter how it's said, everyone has only been on Earth once. And so just relax, smile. You don't want to approach somebody, looking angry. Make sure you look presentable, make sure you smell good, make sure your breath smells good. And when you compliment somebody, this picture says to compliment based on clothes, but I like complimenting like eyes, hair, height sometimes. Ask them their name. You don't want to approach somebody without really trying to get to know them. And then for this Daredevil picture, make sure that you're listening to them. Don't listen to respond, but listen to understand. Those are a few things that I've learned in my past experiences with, approaching anyone. Now, when I say approachment, it doesn't necessarily mean like, ooh, that person is cute, I'm gonna watch Ryan Widenow's video on how I can get this person to date me, but really just approaching anyone in general. I always try to tell people, like, if you do find someone attractive, just go up to them like an old friend that you haven't seen in years, because that takes the pressure off. And lastly, eye contact is extremely important, because no one wants to talk to someone who can't even look them in their eyes. Now, some things that you don't want to do when you approach is, do not press them. If you want to go up to this person with the intentions of like romance or lust, which I often tell people to stay away from, because love is patient and lust isn't, do not press. If this person says they're in the relationship or they're not looking for a relationship, my grandpa told me this thing. He said, no does not mean try and convince me. No means no, and you just have to respect it, especially for all the young men out there. If a young lady says no, just listen to her. Women know what they want, and when they tell you something, just take it. Now, I'm not saying allow for them to be disrespectful to you, but if a woman says she's not ready for a relationship, don't press her. The Ayo Ma, don't catcall. Hopefully you got that with the image in the middle. Just respect the 1v1. Don't approach her with a friend group or something like that unless she's with her friend group, because your friend group, your guys or your gals, because this video could be for young ladies as well. Those people aren't going to be in that relationship. It's just going to be you two. And if a woman says no, or a man, again, but more specifically for the young men, just respect it. So that's one takeaway that I want you guys to get, especially the young men out there. No does not mean try and convince me. No means no. And trust me, that's something that I've had to learn. Now, let's say you do get the number, things are going well. I just want to let you know that if you see any of these messages on the left side of the screen, you're cooked. Now, every person is different. Like, there are some people who aren't on their phones, but if somebody says they're not on their phones, and then every time you see them, they're checking their Snap or their Instagram or whatever platform is prominent during the time you're seeing this, you might be cooked. So I don't be on my phone that much. You're so nice. I've never been treated like this before. Yikes. Yeah, we can make plans. I'll let you know. Like I said, everyone is different, but these are just my personal experiences. Sorry, my phone was dead for the past week. Yikes. Just now seeing this, knowing that they posted on their story. I've just been studying a lot. It's the summertime. What are you studying, bro? Yeah, we're good. We're fine. You're cooked. My phone has been on Do Not Disturb all day. Yikes. And I'm just busy right now. Now, looking back, when I posted or when I created this, some of these are actually valid. Honestly, another thing my grandpa said is especially for my young men, but for anyone, if somebody says they're busy, just respect it. Don't try to force anything, You can't try to force a relationship, and that's something I had to learn. So, life is about maturity and growing, and I can say I feel like I'm growing. I saw this quote. I guess I'm Mr. Quote Guy today, but I saw this quote that said, "When a flower isn't growing, you don't change the flower, you change the flower's environment." So I hope that these four things, these are the four takeaways that I got when you want to approach somebody. You have a small trailer to show who you are. That's one. Two, always be yourself. Number three, don't catcall. Just respect the person. Don't try to force anything. My parents are high school sweethearts, and they said they just started off as friends. So to anyone that wants to approach somebody in terms of even romance, just start off as friends. There's no pressure. And number four, if you see those, just look for signs that you're not getting played. These are all of my socials, and luckily, well, I don't want to say luckily because God is there. There is no luck. It's all blessings. I was able to get the spinny ring, and the planet ring is on my desk. So to all those who like the videos and subscribed and sent them to friends and things like that, thank you for that. And no more Bryce Dallas Howard updates. One thing that I'll say, I didn't expect for this video to take this turn, but when thinking about approachment, make sure you're ready. Before you hop into a relationship, make sure you love yourself. Make sure you're 100%. Relationships shouldn't be 50-50. They should be 100-100. And so, one final quote that I saw that really stuck with me is, it said, "Would you let your son or daughter date somebody like you?" Now, of course, I don't have a son or daughter yet, but looking into the future. And if your answer is no, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship yet. So the final thing I want to say, in terms of approaching anyone, is, always be yourself, always be true to yourself, but especially for the young men out there, no does not mean try and convince them. No means no. And lastly, as Juan Cortez said on Instagram, check out his Instagram, free promo, I guess. Love is patient and love takes time. Lust is immediate. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and share if you want. You don't have to. Like I said in this video, nothing is forced. That's it.